Happy Sunday, guys. What's going on? We are about to start another week, and it is another Sunday where we are going to have Chantel's Beauty Talk. Um, Once again, I'm Chantel. Beauty is on the inside, the outside, and always it's loving yourself. I can't wait to introduce our new person for today. He's a social influencer and a business entrepreneur. He is doing his thing. And also, ladies, he is eye candy for y'all. So, I can't wait until he gets in here. Just to let everyone know, we will be going over to our official Chantel's Beauty Talk page, okay? This fall. It's coming up very, 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 very soon. So if you enjoy these talks and if you enjoy our conversations, please know that you will be able to follow us on Chantel's Beauty Talk page. Without the apostrophe, of course. Go follow, okay? Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? I'm going to just put our guest in for today. And yes, I have a special event for you guys coming up at the end of September, the last Sunday of September. So it's going to be a great thing. Follow Chantel's Beauty Talk. Follow it, y'all. I've reached the goal of 100 followers thanks to everyone who pushed that follow button, okay? Like, words cannot describe how happy I am, and I can't wait to continue on with the success of continuing on these talks. If you know somebody, if you have a business, if you're looking to promote it, give us some promo codes. Follow your girl, okay? Because we out here. We're trying to make the rest of 2020 the best that we know how. Without further ado, I'm going to pull up Dante, which is called the Livest. So we're about to find out what's live with him today. Hi.
What's up,
How are
y'all?
you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I see you outside. Okay.
Yeah, my
Want to
side.
give us the beautiful weather out here? Okay, I see
Yeah,
you.
little golden hour.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure the ladies are gonna love this today. They get to see you on live. They get to see Mr. Whipple, the livest, on the
Yeah,
live.
Mr. Whipple.
So this is a chance for you to talk to all your lady friends, all your followers and subscribers, because you do have a YouTube as well. Correct?
I do. I haven't really put any videos up on it though.
Okay.
Not yet.
Uh,
I'm planning on it.
all right. Well, we won't go too far into that at the moment, but do you want to tell everyone a little bit about who you are and just top line? Don't go too far.
All right. For those who follow me, you should be pretty aware of what it is that I do. I'm an influencer and all that stuff. I'm from New Jersey. My name is Dante. Go by the livest one on here. Y'all know that. I do a lot of influencer stuff on my page. I have my own brand, Livest, which I'm actually planning on putting out a new drop very soon. Hopefully by next week. I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna put on here some updates. I'm gonna let everybody know definitely what the day is gonna be. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I know you're a very humble person, honestly. Like, if people don't know this about Mr. Dante here, he's a very, very humble person. I think sometimes you're extremely modest. And I think that's what makes you, honestly, like a beautiful person on the inside. And obviously for the ladies, it reflects outward as well. So what type of social influencing do you do? And who are some of the lovely companies that you influence for?
So I do a lot of like collab work and promo work on here. I work a lot with Fashion Nova, as well as I've done collabs with Cremo and Bumble and other people who really like to work with me and stuff like that. So I do a lot of like fashion stuff. Like I work with clothes and I do a lot of shoots and stuff like that. I'm in the city a lot. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I've seen you in a few fashion shows myself, of course. Shout outs to Corey Woods, which I don't know if he's on here yet, but shout outs to him. So how did you even get into social influencing? Like, how did that come about?
I started like putting up posts and stuff like that, and it kind of, after a while, I got a little bit of buzz, and I realized that there was some potential there. So
okay,
I really just do me, and I started putting up more posts. that I know appeals to the audience and stuff like that, and it just kind of ran away with it.
Okay. So, of course, everyone, when it comes to social influencing, right? We get all of these, I think they're called bots, I believe so, where people do reach out, they extend the offer of like, hey, we want to collab and all this stuff, right? So I know you said that people mentioned, they wanted to work with you. So like my personal question to you is, how did you decipher or know that these opportunities were actually real opportunities? Because social media is like a 50-50 like great thing, and then it can be a little misleading. 1 minute it's great for marketing yourself, finding great opportunities, but then there are actual people who aren't really real behind obviously their Instagram pages.
Well, a lot of times when it's more professional, brands usually go through email. As you know,
Got
my
you.
email's on my page,
Yep.
so brands go through my email, and then either I'm well aware of the brand already, so it'll be something popular already, so I can be pretty certain of the legitimacy of it.
Yeah.
Or I'll do research when the brand or whoever reaches out to me.
Yeah.
Usually they put their website and or their Instagram page.
Yep. Okay.
So if I look into and do the research, it becomes like, I want to say like almost like second nature to realize when something's legit or not.
Okay. I feel you. Of course, we know that blue checks are obviously like a great verification. But how much research does it actually take you? And this is also for folks like if you're into social influencing, maybe you're looking to be a social influencer. Dante, you the Livest, so obviously, spill the tea on that a little bit.
Oh, what is it that what you want me to really tap into?
Well, I guess if you're a social influencer looking to, do all this stuff, how much research does it actually take to dig into everything? Like, how much time does it actually take to consume your day when it comes to that stuff?
I want to say for everybody it's different depending on what it is that you do with your life, because everybody does different things, everybody's into different stuff, but for the most part, I think it's pretty easy for me to speak on behalf of anybody who does this type of stuff that it's pretty time consuming. A lot of people think that, oh, it's so easy, you just post this and you post that, but there's a lot of underlying factors that make it like tedious, and sometimes it can get a little overwhelming because like I said, a lot of people have things they do in their everyday life anyway, such as like a job. A lot of people work, so when you're working already and you got other things in your life that you have to take care of, oftentimes you have to go out of your way to get the content that you need.
Right.
And on top of that, I mean, it may be a little hard to believe, but this pretty fish don't come easy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work for it.
Okay.
It's like, now let me stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Livest. Can I squeeze a question in for all the ladies that will be asking, I'm sure, in your DMs?
Go ahead.
Are you single? Since you're mentioning your like this pretty face or this handsome face doesn't come easy.
I am.
Okay.
I am single.
Okay. I'm just asking for the ladies on here, choo choo. Okay. Besides the look part, right? Like obviously it like social media is all about perception, right? But behind the perception that we see, like what are the most misleading things that, people do think about you, or like what's something that people see but people don't know? Let's say that.
When people don't really know who I am, if they just look at my page or
Yeah.
they go based off of what may have happened in their past, I don't know. A lot of people like classify me as like, oh, he's like probably like a player, like he's a tall, like beard, oh, he's a player. So like a lot of times they might not even give me the time of day because they already think they know what type of time I'm on. But I can easily tell you that you have no clue what type of time I'm on because I'm not like any other encounters that you may have had in your past.
Oh, okay.
I could say that.
Tell them. That's why I mentioned in the beginning though, because I know you a little personally as well. And that's why I said, you know, it's all I know people look at perception, but I do know like you're a very humble person. And I think like sometimes when, females or whoever sees your page, they automatically think something of whatever is being shown to them and don't know the real is behind what's behind that actual picture. So
Right.
what's the craziest thing that you've seen in your DM since people are excited that you're single?
I don't know. I get all types of stuff. It's hard for me to just draw one thing out of my memory, but
Okay.
I get some stuff in there.
Okay. Someone just said, I can't deal. But Lee said, when you taking her on a date, I can't deal. Um, anyway, uh, Bumble, how's that working? Since we're like talking about like dating and like I know Bumble is obviously a dating app. Like how's that being an influencer for them?
It's cool. They reached out to me. They wanted to collab, so I collabed with them, and I looked into the whole Bumble thing. I made an account on there, and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Okay. Just an easy 1, 2, 3.
easy 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what I guess what company do you like influencing like for the most? Like which one, resonates with you wholeheartedly?
I would say I'm definitely most consistent with like Fashion Nova and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, I feel like one that I would say resonates with me the most would probably be
Hmm.
Cremo.
Okay.
They got the whole beer thing, the beer products, and
Okay.
you know how that goes. You see, I don't gotta say too much on it.
Okay. Now you're flexing. Now you're flexing over here. I can't. Okay, so what's trending then? Like, so we're about to go into fall. I feel like as a social influencer, do you get like little tidbits of like what's coming up or what we can expect for the fall as far as the men's lines are concerned?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of just get updated as it goes, as the
Okay.
season and go.
All right. Are you going to be participating in any? Well, it won't be really like New York Fashion Week because obviously, like, we're social distancing, of course. But are you in anything concerning Fashion Week period upcoming?
Um, yeah, like you said, the world is weird right now with everything that's going on, and there's a lot of restrictions on everything that's going on, and
Yeah.
it kind of has a weird feel about everything right now. But I do
Yeah.
work with a good friend of mine who's a celebrity designer, Corey Woods, and
He's on here. I
I
see him.
believe he's on here. Shout out to him. So I believe he probably got a couple things up his sleeve that I'm more than
Okay.
likely to be involved in when it comes to New York Fashion Week. What is going to be allowed?
Okay. What's one of the? I know I talked about perception too, but like, what do people underestimate about like being a social media influencer? Like, what's the biggest underestimation?
Um, Probably consistency, and that comes with not only just being a social media influencer. And I think we all realize that that's something in our lives we need to upkeep and try to keep up with like the best that we can, being consistent. That's in anything we do. So if you're not
Mm-hmm.
consistent, like it's easy to fall off, or it's easy to it's easy to not uphold the image that you want to hold. So you got to
Yeah.
stay pretty consistent, and it's hard work because, as I said earlier, you have other things that you're doing in your life, other things you have to take care of. So
Right.
when you have to constantly be on your phone at times that you don't want to be on your phone, when you want to
Mm-hmm.
be hanging out with your family, or you open up your phone, now it's 100 new notifications. It's like, oh my goodness, now I got to go through all these.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a person who likes to engage with others and
Yeah.
make sure that you're responding to everybody that you can.
Yeah.
It can it gets stressful, It gets stressful
Yeah.
because sometimes you can feel like a little bit of anxiety because it's almost like a pressure. You have to constantly be on top of it, constantly be on top of it.
Right.
There's no falling off because in other things in your life, if you fall off with things that you're doing in your life, that's on you, and it affects
Right.
only you. But when it comes to social media, and you're responding to others, now it's involved with others in other places in your life, because you have to make sure that you don't
Yeah.
miss what people are saying to you, because you don't want it to seem like you're not putting forth the effort. You know what I mean?
Got you. And you want to keep that level of, I'm sure, professionalism as well to make sure
Right.
you're responding to everything, right?
Right.
Got you. How much do you keep up your image? Of course. Like, how often do you have to keep yourself up?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of others, but for me, honestly, usually it's not that hard, because I am who I am at all times, no matter where I go.
Okay.
The only part that can get like difficult is constantly posting when you don't feel like posting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. Trust me, I get it. And I think that there's a lot of eyeballs on you too. So I know you have, like you said, with the consistency, you have to maintain that. And
Right.
for a lot of folks, it is hard to be consistent, especially when you have a lot of other things going on in other worlds of your life. I'm sure, family, friends, other jobs, etc. But so I've seen as well, besides you just having a good looking face, right? Like there's other layers to Dante, right? So I've seen that you play basketball.
They're not ready for that conversation though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, we're gonna
They're
get
not
into
ready
the
for that.
conversation, because at the end of the day, we have to still like sub tea on here. And I'm sure at the end of the day, like when I say this is Chantel's Beauty Talk, I mean there's beauty in everyone's story. That's why I created the platform. So, and I know we've spoken before, like it's beauty in your story too, which is why no one's ready for this basketball talk. But how good are you? Are you a like from 1 to 10? Like, are you good or no?
What's 10? 10 is like league
10
in the
is
league
like 10
NBA.
is like elite. Like you really should have went to the NBA.
If I'm being honest with you, I could play in the league right now.
Oh,
I could play in the league right now if I wanted to.
you're like on J. Cole's level right now.
I'll fry J. Cole.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, excuse me. Is that something that you did in your childhood? And like, I guess, how did you go to the social media route or like being a social influencer rather than actually like pursuing like a basketball career?
Well, I grew up my whole life being an athlete. So I grew up going to school, playing ball. I played all
Yeah.
sports: football, basketball, volleyball, all through high school. But my passion was really basketball. So I spent countless hours and hours and hours a day just training to be the best ball player that I could be, to be the best in the whole area. Like no matter where I go, it's
Right.
like it's part of me, like it's in my heart. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I continued to the next level. I played college ball. While I was in school, I realized that there's layers to it. There's way more things. Just like with the social media thing,
Mm-hmm.
there's way more parts to it that people don't know, that you have to go through and live with and try to overcome every single day. So
Right.
there's other things in my life that I have to take care of, and other things I have to worry about. Just like school, like I went to school for 3 years. I didn't finish my fourth year yet. I
Yeah.
graduated from a 2 year with my associate's degree, but I never finished my bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I have other things that I take care of at home. You know what I mean? I realized like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is difficult because I
Mm-hmm.
still got to make sure my bills are paid at the end of the month. I still got to make sure that things are going smooth at home.
Right.
And I came to the
Absolutely.
realization that with other problems that I was having at school, on my team, and you got to come to the realization that it may not be worth all this energy that I'm putting forth. And I got to be real with myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's more important things that I have to take care of. Like, you have to have your priorities in order. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's other things I had to take care of, so it had to get put in the back seat for a little while, and that's
Okay.
okay. I still hoop. I still play ball. I'm probably the best that I've ever been in my life right now. But
Okay. So quarantine allows you to be able to, I don't know, flourish even more.
yeah, I've grown. Just like
Okay.
I think everybody's probably grown through these experiences we've gone through in the last few months.
Yes, I can concur. All right.
Um,
Well, I I know you didn't get to live out, which actually, I don't know. You could be like J. Cole one day, like pop up and you in the NBA. Like, I don't think it's actually too far-fetched nowadays. However, I know you didn't get to do that specific thing that you wanted to do, but in the future, could you see yourself influencing for like Nike or Jordan, like anything that has to do
Of
with
course.
anything basketball related to, I guess, to bring it back full circle?
Of course. The sky is the limit. Like, it's endless possibilities. And
Okay.
I'm open to all the different things. So
Okay. Question. Do you like what is Dante's purpose? Because I mean, I feel like you said like there's a lot of things that I feel like you have to accomplish in your life, but you know, what is Dante's ultimate purpose?
my ultimate purpose is, I feel like that's a very broad question for me, because
Yeah.
when I look at life for what it really is, and when I look at what I feel my true potential is, I feel like I can do anything. And if your visions and your goals and your dreams aren't big enough to make other people maybe doubt it, or maybe think like,
Yeah.
wow, he wants to do all that, it's probably not big enough, right?
Okay.
So I feel like my visions are so big that it's more things I feel like I need to live out. I just need to live it,
Okay.
and just, and as my life goes on, it's already been written. You know what I'm saying? Like, as my life
That
goes
is
on,
very true. Come through on this Sunday, Dante. You better give a word for these people on this Sunday.
So these things, it's gonna come out no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I feel like there's no limitations on my life, so I can't pinpoint one thing and be like, oh, I feel like this is my purpose right here, because that's too minuscule. If I wanted to really like put it into words, I feel like all I could really say is that my purpose is to grow myself, and and no matter what aspect that could be in life, that's all different types of things. If,
Okay.
like, again, my goal is to grow myself and get so stable financially that I can help others.
I
Right?
love that.
And I also plan on doing that along the way, because there's ways you can help other people in life that don't involve money.
Yeah.
You could just do it in your everyday life. You help others and bring others up along with you as you climb to the top. But my ultimate goal is to be so big that I can change the lives of others around me. Because when I'm gone, I want my only legacy to be this man. Just all he did was help others around him. I feel like that's the main goals of life. Like, you were here to love and to help others and to pass on knowledge. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
thank you.
And that I think you took one of my questions that I was going to ask you. I was going to say, well, you know, when you do reach a certain level, or even now, like, how would you want to fully impact others? That's what I was going to ask. But I feel like you really fully answered that question anyway. I did want to touch on your new project. I know you said something special is going to be coming out in the next week, perhaps. But what can everyone like look forward to when it comes to that? Does that have to do with things that you're impacting others on per se?
Okay, so that has to do with my clothing brand that I have, right? I
Mm-hmm.
have a clothing brand. I'm planning on dropping T-shirts, right?
Okay.
And that's going to be incorporated with everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Social
Which is
injustice,
a lot. Yeah.
racism, all the stuff that's going on around us. And that's important to me because, as most people probably know, I am biracial. So
Yeah.
I feel like I have a very unique perspective of everything that's going on. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's not spoken on enough,
Okay.
because I feel like one of the main problems with everything that's going on is that everybody looks at it as only black and white, and or black versus white. And I think it's
Right.
important for
Exactly.
everybody to realize that in order to get past all the problems that we're having, it can't be a constant cycle of being black versus white, black versus white, black versus white. It's good that we take recognition of the problems that are going on around us, but at
Absolutely.
some point in time, there has to be something that changes the course and says, okay, this is how we're all going to come together.
I love that.
And I feel like my shirt, the shirt that I'm dropping,
yeah,
and this is my first time letting everybody know it's a shirt that I'm dropping, a t-shirt, right? So
okay.
I feel like that the shirt that I'm dropping perfectly represents exactly that. Everybody
I
coming.
think that's awesome that you're mentioning this, especially during times like now. I think it's been a wild year, very highs, lows, anything you can think of. Like we've pretty much going through it. I'm not going to get into all that on the live, but I do love what you're saying because it's a unity thing at the end of the day, and I do feel like, huh? Did I say something? Did I write something?
Proceed.
Proceed? Okay. Don't be doing all that. But no, what I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's about unity with others. And I'm pretty sure that people would definitely look forward to that, to bridge, it's obviously bridging a gap. I'm following what you're saying. And I wholeheartedly think that's an awesome thing. And I can't wait for everyone to be able to check it out. And I can't wait to see it myself.
Cool. Thank you.
Corey said get him together. Yeah, I gotta get him together because he be I don't know. Anyway, is this gonna be for men, for women? Is it gonna be for literally everyone's kids?
Everybody and anybody.
Okay. I love it. So 5 years from now, and I know that this is gonna be generally broad. But what is something that you ultimately could see yourself, 5 years down the line doing?
Well, there's a lot of things that I hope to be involved in.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's hard for me to just pinpoint one thing and say in 5 years I'm going to do this and that, because any of my goals that I have, I hope and I pray that it's going to take less than 5 years. Anything that most people will say, oh, in 5 years, if I can do it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Listen, the sky's the limit at the end of the day. So
right.
I think anything's achievable. But is there anything in particular that you could ultimately see yourself doing, even if it's before the 5-year mark? Like, what's something besides social influencing?
Like some smaller but bigger things that should help propel me to my ultimate goal. Is what you mean?
Correct.
Well, I hope to expand my brand. I hope my brand expands and blows up and leaves a mark and helps others with perspective and helps others feel comfortable no matter what, like, however means necessary. Something else that I'm planning on getting into very soon is acting.
Okay, we're gonna see you acting in the NBA.
Yeah. the first ever to do it. Nah, it's not the first ever to do it, but
no, you wouldn't be. But we'll see you out here. We'll see you out here for sure. I think that's awesome. All right. Who is your biggest influence, Mr. Influencer?
This is an important question because growing up, I grew up with brothers raised by a single mother. So growing up, most of the things I had to do and learn in my life, I had to do on my own. Like, I had to teach myself to be a man, and I had to teach myself how to do everything it is that I need to do in life. And, I never really was able to pick anybody and say, like, oh, that's my idol. This person, I look up to this person and that person because I was trying to be the best that I could be, and I was trying to be my own. I was trying to live up to my own expectations and be my own idol. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I realized now that I'm older, like, if I had to choose one person who had, like, an impact on my life, like, I feel like when growing up watching TV, watching movies, like, I resonate most with them. Like, I feel like that's me on the screen. I'm gonna have to say Will Smith. Like,
okay, listen, it's not Will Smith.
As time has gone on, like, now, like, I'm looking at other things, other contributions people are making in the world. Like, I look at this dude, Will Smith, and I'm like, yo, I want to be just like that. Like,
Right.
aside from the whole little ordeal going on, you know what I'm
I
saying?
was just about
Take it
to
easy on
say,
my
can
man.
we
I don't.
expect to see you in any entanglements, Dante, in the near future since you're single? And obviously, we're going into winter season. This is for your followers.
You know,
Dot, dot, dot.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to any kind of little entanglement. You know what I'm saying? No.
Ladies, just so you know, if you was hitting him up in his inbox, please know I mean, he's available. Perhaps. I don't know. We have a question, Dante. I'm just kidding.
What's the question?
The question is, shout out to Kay, what made you want to become an influencer? I think you may have touched on it a little bit, but what made you say, you know what, I'm going to keep this train going. I'm going to go ahead and fully pursue it the best way I can.
Okay, so I don't think, like, I didn't wake up one day and be like, you know what, I want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
What it was is I was kind of just doing me, and in doing so, I started to realize that what I was doing was having an impact on others as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have others DMing me like, "Thank you for everything that you put up. This is very inspirational to me. Like, you don't know, but it helps me get through my day. It's inspirational to me." And that was more powerful than anything. That hit me hard. So I'm like, yo, what I'm doing has an impact on others. Like, I'm helping other people just through my platform.
Right,
And
exactly.
it just kind of took off more and more because that added fuel to the fire.
Okay. And you just took off because obviously people saw it. People just said, oh, okay, like Cremo and Fashion Nova Men were just like, yeah, let's bring him on. Yeah. And the rest is history, pretty much.
It's been written.
Okay. Obviously, I know that you are, you know, in the Jersey area. / you do some work, I'm sure, in New York City and other places. But is social media your only occupation? And because, you know, like here, like, we're hustlers at the end of the day. Like, we don't just have one job. We have many jobs, and we're skilled at a lot of things. Not to say that other people in other places aren't, but, you know, here we're just like on the go. So is there any other thing that you do besides social media to, you know, keep yourself going in this fast-paced environment?
I do everything, anything that I can just to grind and hustle, right? So my whole life, I worked a lot of like hard labor jobs and stuff like that because my family owned farms or construction businesses, whatever it may be. So growing up, I did a lot of that stuff, and to this day, I still continue to do that stuff. I work a lot of construction.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly grinding, doing construction, and then I'm bouncing back and forth to go over and make sure I got my hair cut so I can post on the gram and do the influencer work. And then I'm hustling over to get some clothes produced for my brand, and yeah, I'm all over the place. And then at the same time, I'm constantly trying to learn new ways to create different forms of income, whether it be passive or just, you know what I mean?
So if people like need, I don't know, like some type of construction work, or like, I don't know, something be done to their house or sink, or I don't know, anything that's construction work related, are you getting some extra coins? Should people be calling you and be secure in the bag with you because you know how to obviously do things constructively?
They could if they want. Shit, yeah, I'm very, very handy. Like, I can do a lot of different stuff. I work on cars, anything.
Wow. Okay. All right. I see you out here. I mean, if you're doing all this stuff, like, what's on your YouTube? Because I know you said you're not on there like that, but right, so do you plan on bringing it back up?
I'm more than willing to bring it back up. Yeah, I plan on doing it in the near future, but I've said that to myself and others numerous times over the last year. Like, yeah, I plan on starting more videos, but you know, there's so much going on, and I'm trying to create so much other content. But right now, I'm planning on making it like a very strong point for me to get on it.
Okay. All right. I see everyone making comments about, the fact that you know how to do construction work at the end of the day. I mean, people like that.
Yeah,
So you might have some potential. Listen, you might be getting some extra coins if you're reading the comments.
Yeah.
And Corey just mentioned that you did his whole store. So how was that experience? Like, what did you do in the store? Just so like people know really like what your expertise is in that area. Seriously, I'm trying to get you some some dollars, not some coins.
Well, Corey's new store, there's a lot of stuff that need to be taken care of in the store with, like, obviously, like, moving things around and stuff like that, but
yeah,
the walls as well, like, the walls needed to be spackled and painted and taken care of, all different stuff, so I helped him do all of that.
Okay. All right. Question, and I didn't get to ask this in regards to you talking about the unity part or the unity piece in regards to, obviously making an impact on others. Have you ever dealt with a Karen situation? And if so, how did you navigate that experience? And how did you get through it?
Well, now as an adult, I can't really think of one specific instance where I'm like, okay, Karen is making a big deal out. Let me pull out my phone. This should probably go on World Star on the gram. But of course, there are the little subtle things as you go about your day that you realize in correspondence to the whole social injustice thing. And there's little things like that going through the day. But when I think back to when I was a better me, before I was a B-list celebrity, it's like, nah, that shit cool. But,
Okay.
nah, but for real, on a serious note, when I think back to when I was young, like, I was presented with all types of situations like that, growing up in a neighborhood that's predominantly white, and other people, kids and adults both, calling me the N-word and calling me all kinds of racial slurs and trying to call the cops on, and calling the cops on me and my brothers when it had nothing to do with us, so just they could put the blame on us and stuff like that. So I'm well aware of all those kind of Karen situations that go on.
Okay. Someone just said, "What's your sign?"
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
Scorpio.
Okay. How has the pandemic treated you? Since we're talking about Karens, I mean, let's just talk about the pandemic, because the pandemic in itself has been quite a something. So, has it been for the good or for the bad?
From as far as things go, like doing things around me, like getting things done, that plans that I may have had to take care of new things in my life.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's bad because just like everybody else, it has, in a way, stunted growth because we know why. Like, we're all at home doing nothing for so long, but
yeah,
at the same time, that creates new opportunities for you to do new things in your life and really get a grasp of your own emotional feelings and mental thoughts and all this stuff. So it also allows you to grow in different parts of your life. So it's good and bad. And then all of that being said, what's supposed to be is going to be. You know what I mean?
Love that.
Everything happens for a reason. So
yeah,
that's why I'm not tripping off the whole thing. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But whatever you may feel like you were supposed to do that didn't get done because of the pandemic or whatever's going on in the world, you weren't really supposed to do that. So that's just God or the universe, whatever you believe in, guiding you to your true path. So
Okay.
I'm not tripping off any of it. Like I'm here, I'm working, I'm getting better, and that's all you can really do at the end of the day. Just keep pushing forward.
Did you someone just said Dante for president 2021. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna piggyback off of you just a little bit, but I know that most people haven't had the greatest experience during this pandemic. But what I will say is that, it allowed everyone to take a seat back or to sit down and literally like sit. Like, because you wouldn't normally do that on a regular basis. And also, it's either taught you something, you've learned something. I hope everyone has, whatever passions or anything that you wanted to do. I hope you've done it. I know a lot of people have definitely flourished in this season. And I have to say, like, I'm very grateful for the quarantine or pandemic, whatever stage that we're in at the moment. I think it's been the biggest blessing that I could have gone through at this time. But at the end of the day, did you find that there were more opportunities that kept coming to you, being that, everything was like really still? But obviously social media opened up like awesome opportunities for like business owners and different stuff like that.
I would say more so it allowed me to focus on things that I probably wouldn't have concentrated on as much before.
Okay.
So there's other things that I took care of in the meantime. You know what I mean? Not necessarily new things, because a lot of stuff is shut down and we're not allowed to do a lot of things. There's a lot of restrictions going on, but more so things that I wouldn't have focused on as strongly before.
Got you. What's your most memorable moment so far within your career?
The most memorable moment?
Yes.
Probably walking in New York Fashion Week with Corey Woods at his show.
I saw that. That was quite an outro he had, by the way. So let me tell you. But okay, I see you. Okay, and of course you said we can expect to see you in further things. I'm sure, right? Okay. Any other memorable moments besides Fashion Week or anything pertaining to like your business or maybe anybody that you've influenced for?
Nothing else in particular that I can really think of that was extraordinary.
Okay. Guys, if you have questions for Dante, please put them in the question box. It is right next to the comment box section. So that, we can definitely get your questions in and we can shout you out. I have one last question, but this one, well, maybe two questions. But if you have anything, let us know before we get ready to wrap up shortly. What would you tell I know like I said, future 5 years, but what would you say to yourself 5 years ago?
What would
you tell yourself?
5 years ago, I would tell myself to just keep on grinding and don't be discouraged, because everything happens for a reason and it's all in alignment. Just trust the process and trust yourself, because your intuition doesn't lie and God's got your back.
I like that. Okay. First of all, come through on the Sunday words. Okay, I see you out here, Dante. My last question to you is, with leaving this live, what is the biggest thing that you want people to take away from who the real livest person is on here, Dante Whipple? Like, what do you want your followers to know?
I would say that I want you to know that I'm not to be stereotyped. And
don't stereotype them.
Chances are I'm not exactly the way you think that I am, because there's much more to me that meets the eye. So.
Okay. Go ahead. Please plug in the business portion too. Any last words, Dante, in regards to your business?
And you can trust that I got a lot of big things coming, because I will never stop and I'll never give up. And I know that it's my purpose to do big things. So stay tuned and be ready.
Okay, stay tuned. Well, we will definitely stay tuned. I can't wait until you drop your t-shirts next week. everyone, you can go follow Dante at what's your at handle again?
It's at launch score 134. That should be at the top of the screen. I can see it.
Just want to let everybody know, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna see it. Well, no one will see it after this is over.
Right.
FYI. But everyone, please go follow Dante. Again, Dante, I want to thank you for coming on Chantel's Beauty Talk. There really is beauty in your story, which you told us today, honestly, between the shirts that you're making and what's represented behind you making those t-shirts. You doing an amazing job of being a social influencer and representing yourself on the inside and the outside, which is what I'm all about anyway, and what this show is about regardless. I think you reflect that very well, and I'm pretty sure everyone in this lab can't wait to see what happens next. So again, thank you so much, everyone. Please follow Chantel's Beauty Talk. We will be launching in the fall. Announcement will be coming very, very soon. Please follow me at Chantel Utley and then at Chantel's Beauty Talk. It is pinned below. And always remember, beauty is on the inside, beauty is on the outside, and always beauty is loving yourself. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next Sunday. And thank you, Dante, once again. This has been great.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. All right, guys. Good night, everyone.